Out here.
Welcome back, guys. It's been a hot minute. It's been about a month or 2 or 3. When was the last time we even recorded?
A month or 2 or 3 ago.
See, because what we wanted to do. Okay, I'm just gonna come out to you guys. What we wanted to do was a video podcast, and we kept having technical difficulties. You know, it's a little rocky, and then by the time we actually got it working.
Boom, coronavirus.
The nasty virus hit.
Couldn't go out in public.
Right. So now we can't see each other, but we figured this out. And so this is how it's going to be for a while until we're able to be friends again.
I've rented this blue corner.
Yeah. And I need you guys to not freak out. It looks like we're a lot closer than 6 feet apart. It does look like that, but we are very far apart from each other. It's just the way the video layout looks. See how Mike's hand, he's not actually touching me right now, and Logan's not touching Mike because we're not actually close to one another.
Can we do a group high five?
Yeah, wait, 1 second.
This
I
is
keep getting
impossible.
disoriented. Wait.
Yep.
There we go. We did it. We did that for you guys.
Yeah, that was awesome. Anyway, something a little bit more podcast related. I don't know if you guys are into gaming news or anything like that, but Zavient, the gaming company who is responsible for The Culling, which is a battle royale game. It's like a game show battle royale game. So The Culling has failed to launch 3 times already. However, they're coming back for a 4th installment of The Culling, and it is going by the same name as the 3rd installment of The Culling, just in case that gets a little bit confusing. Yep. It's called The Culling Origins. However, their new business model for how this game is going to work is extremely similar to a game we came up with in the last episode of the podcast. So, people at Zavient, I know you're listening to this because you're fans of the podcast.
Obviously, you're listening to this. Where else would you get that phenomenal idea? What the heck?
Did you miss
that was
episode
our
1?
idea, Zavient.
Yeah.
We had the idea to pay for every single round of battle royale games you played. That was our idea.
Honestly, it's genius.
Yeah, because we thought of it, Mike. That's why we know it's genius.
Am I the only person that remembers episode 1?
Episode 1, we said, and I quote, "Everything we say on the podcast from here on out has a verbal trademark. That's ours."
Yeah. Unspoken. We don't even have to say it.
Right.
So what the heck, Zavient? If you're unfamiliar, The Culling is a battle royale, and their new business model is you have to pay for the game, which you had to pay for our game, right?
It's like $30.
It's actually only $5. It's $5, right? But then you get 1 game for free a day. And then if you win that game, you can continue to play for free because every time you win, you get a game token. But if you lose, you have to purchase game tokens to play the next round. Okay.
That was literally our idea.
This is our game.
On how to make $1 bajillion.
Yeah.
Genius.
So
we're sending our lawyers.
Expect a suit in the next few days because this is ridiculous that you've taken this from us. But in the meanwhile, while you're making loads and loads of cash, I'm sure that the 4th launch of this game will go just as great as the other 3, especially with the amazing business model you have. We have to make up more games to make more money now because our games keep getting stolen by other people. Exactly. So Logan,
if you haven't been able to tell by now, this is our hit video game design podcast, Games Sold Separately. My name is Logan.
I'm Zach.
Mike.
That's Mike.
We're all 3 here.
We're here.
All right, so I'll kick us off with a game that I have been very excited about bringing. I think there's a lot of potential here. So I just thought about this one. All right, so what this game is going to be, it's whatever the heck Mike thinks Poptropica is. So for those of you that know about Poptropica, I'm sorry, but Mike doesn't.
I've never heard of Poptropica, but it sounds like a game where you go around the city, right?
Yep. Big city is the city named Poptropica?
No.
Okay.
It is a random city name,
it's
or like Dallas. That's pretty random.
Like Dallas.
You go around Dallas and you collect soda cans.
Mm-hmm.
You're popping the tabs off for currency. The whole game is based around this currency of Poptropicas. They call them Poptropicas because that's the actual name of the tab.
Wow.
The
Does
current
this game have
Are you
online
sure you
competitive
haven't played
multiplayer?
Poptropica?
No, I'm in the single player games now. I've switched since COVID.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, we can't play games anymore because of the COVID. So
Right, that's within
that
6
makes
feet
sense.
emotionally.
That makes
Can't do
sense.
that.
So it's all based on the currency Poptropica.
So is that all you do in this game? Is
You
you
just walk around and pick up
collect
cans off the street.
can tabs?
It's kind of like Death Stranding.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's a
right.
okay, so it's like a walking simulator, and
Okay,
instead
but
of like a
this game did
post-apocalyptic.
come out in like early 2000s, so it definitely. I mean, I don't
So
know
Death
if it was
Stranding
as
copied
advanced as Death
I
Stranding.
see. I
Right,
see.
or
Yeah,
did Death
I mean,
Stranding completely rip off Poptropica?
Yep.
Okay, so I'd imagine Mike's version of Poptropica, because we're hijacking this. Is there
yeah.
have to be different factions? I'm imagining a lot of like a Death Stranding kind of Fallout kind of combo
Right,
where there's like
Post-apocalyptic.
maybe
yeah.
post-apocalyptic Dallas, the center of all economies and everything else.
Mhm.
So post-apocalyptic Dallas,
Right.
everybody's looking for those Poptropicas on the
Mhm.
top of the cans for money.
Poptropica on the top of the.
Right. And so you've got different soda. And I think definitely, since this is such a soda heavy culture, all of the different factions are just different names for sodas.
Oh, and you've already got the colors coming in.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's easy.
Right. And so I'm Sprite Gang. I've got 8 Poptropicas to sell for this house. And so you have to like make a life with selling these Poptropicas.
So you're building and buying things with this currency Poptropica.
Yeah.
Right.
But what's the end game?
Uniting all of the sodas.
Oh god.
Under one name, whichever one you pick.
You know how in when you were a kid and you went into McDonald's and you had the cup and you would just go, you'd have your soda cup and you just go.
Yes.
What'd you call that?
It's called suicide, right?
That's
Right. But that's what you want to do is you want to mix all the sodas together, and it's awful, right? Because you got whiskey in there, and it always tastes just like root beer. It always tastes just like root beer because it's so overpowering. But that's just like everybody just comes together. I never mind. I was gonna say what that would be called when they all come together.
Mass.
Yeah, but it's not that. It's not that. It's just
happy.
a big mix.
This is
it's
a children's
big
game.
mix. It's a very happy post-apocalyptic soda game called Poptropica.
Now, Mike, the original Poptropica, I would count it as somewhat of an educational game. I'm gonna spoil that for you.
Mhm.
So I think we definitely need to make this an E-rated game, but change all of. I mean, we don't have to.
What if we go the completely opposite way?
Okay.
So people think they're buying Poptropica, but it's this mass suicide.
Oh, you said
I
it.
didn't.
Oh my gosh.
No, I don't think it's like that.
Oh my god.
We're talking all
word.
different
You're
sodas.
just putting all the sodas together.
Yeah.
How about
Mhm.
that?
We could change the name of that for the sake of our game.
I don't know what else you would
Try
call
that.
it. I don't know what else you would call it.
Okay.
No, so you got to keep it that.
But we're not actually doing that. That's a metaphor for what we're doing with the culture, right?
I think that, but I also think that in the end, all of the big vats of soda have to mix together.
Okay.
I just think that's the only way.
One super soda, and then
super soda.
What would the super soda be called? What is the goal to bring everything together?
Dr.
Dr. Pepper. All right. So
It's like now with 42 different flavors.
You have to pick Dr. Pepper, and you're trying to make the whole world love Dr. Pepper.
Or maybe it is a world where Dr. Pepper doesn't exist, right? This is a whole universe. So in the end, you're trying to try to make Dr. Pepper
the origin story.
And then you think, could we get Dr. Pepper to sponsor this? Could we get a ton of
I think absolutely.
You want to learn about Dr. Pepper?
Yeah.
As long as you just Dr. Pepper everything together, you doctor it up.
Right.
So if this is like a Fallout experience, there's obviously guns. But if we wanted to be E-rated, I think we go with a codename Kids Next Door, and we just kind of make it like super soakers filled with your type of soda, right? Or whatever soda you want.
That's beautiful.
I think it's great, and you can like add mods to your gun. Like,
and
I heat up my soda
for each tournament you win or
you
something like
shoot
that.
somebody and then they get really sticky, right? They don't die and they're not eliminated. They get really sticky because they got soda all over them.
And they got to go home and change clothes.
So yeah, right when they go home and take a shower and they leave their clothes somewhere, you go in and steal their Poptropicas out of their wallet.
This is definitely just like the game Poptropica. I love it.
I like this as well. This is really good.
It's way more fun than whatever that could have been.
Right.
Well,
Time traveling, no thank you. Superheroes, no thank you. Spies,
need
no
it.
thank you.
Don't need it.
Soda related gang wars, now that's where it's
that
at.
is what I'm talking about. Sprite gang.
Sprite gang, Dr. Pepper gang.
Dr. Pepper
Always
gang.
Dr. Pepper.
There could be like different endings too. Like if like Fallout now, if you could pick which faction, you could Dr. Pepper would be like the neutral, everybody gets together in the end, but like Sprite gang is like
You're getting
one
rid of
thing.
everything.
And then there's like the biker, and they're like,
Weird.
Doctor, we're root beer. We're root beer.
Is that how they all talk in Root Beer Gang?
We're root beer gang.
Root beer.
You have to be a roommate to do a root beer gang.
And you have to do different soda related tasks
Yeah,
for
you
them.
have to do a keg stand, but with root beer. Yeah,
This is such a good game. It's really teaching the kids a
it's
lot
it's a fantastic
about
teaching
how to
game.
come together in the modern world with soda.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
soda.
Big
Ruined
soda.
Big soda.
Man,
Just
we
trying
hate
to get
big soda, but we
soda.
love Dr. Pepper.
Right, yeah.
They bring
Yeah.
them together.
I think that's a winner.
That's a good one. All right, I've got one. Are you guys familiar with the duo The Weather Girls?
No.
They're a musical
No.
duo called The Weather Girls.
Is it?
Mm-mm.
You're
Is it a
kidding me,
TikTok?
right? Okay. Then that's sad. That's sad because they have a one-hit wonder. It's raining men.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I've heard of
The
that.
Weather
Yeah.
Girls, right?
Right,
But you didn't know
okay.
that. But you didn't know that. And I, as an artist myself, right? As a you heard that as a musical artist myself. I think that's just devastating. That this is an iconic song that everybody sings, but nobody knows who the Weather Girls are. So I think we should give them their shot in the limelight again. And so this game is called Body Storm.
Body Storm.
Body Storm, brought to you
Okay.
by the Weather Girls. And it's a song it's a game based on their song, It's Raining Men.
Ooh, that's good, Mike.
Yeah. So think about that.
Okay, so
Take it away.
are you just talking about like when I hear It's Raining Men in the terms of a video game, I'm thinking about a game that has like a weather cycle. So like I'm just picturing Minecraft right now, and then it gets to a weather and there's just men falling from the sky
Right.
and they
Yeah.
hit the ground.
Uh-huh.
Seems like the Earth's gonna get crowded pretty quick.
Right,
Right.
that's kind of what I'm well, a lot
So-
of it might
yeah.
happen over the ocean or something.
So maybe you're trying to stop the world, stop the weather cycle. No rain.
Yeah.
You don't want any more population.
Maybe like there's a evil scientist from another country, and he like sends your country a message, and he's like, I'm going to send you the body storm. And it's and everybody's like, what the heck is the body storm? And then like over the next few months, he just starts telling you like, the body storm is when it will rain bodies down onto, and that sounds gross, but it's also catastrophic. Imagine like 150 pounds just dropping out of the sky like bodies. So it's like an Alan Wake where your
We don't
mission
survive.
is to go, well, here's the thing. The game is like leading up, and it's like kind of like a tactical game, and you're trying to stop that from happening. It's like a Metal Gear Solid, right? But then it's also one of those where like the last few levels is the body storm's there.
It started.
Yeah, and I think the game opens on a cutscene, and the radio, there's like a radio, and it's playing, it's raining man, hallelujah, it's
All been leading
raining
to
man.
that.
All leading up to, and then there's like a montage of you like running through the streets
The
while
bodies
bodies are just. You see like a car coming towards you, and then a body smashes and it swerves, and then
Oh my gosh.
but the whole time it's like, it's raining man. You know how some movies they'll do something similar to this where the plot will be based off a song, but then they'll like remix that song to where it's like a darker. It could be like it's raining man. Hallelujah.
I like how the
It's
bodies are the
raining,
percussion in
man.
the song.
It's raining man.
Oh my gosh.
So
I hate the new melody.
I think it's right. And then like it could be like bum, 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 it's raining, bum, 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 and there'd be dubstep.
Okay, can I throw something? Can I throw a little curveball in here?
Yes.
Okay. Could we? I really like the idea of keeping the song the same because it's a very like happy kind of song,
Right,
but
yeah. So
putting
you
it
don't
in a
want any of the remixes I just did?
no, I don't.
Okay. Okay.
If we could just not, maybe. I think our focus group Mike didn't like it, and so we can't do it
He
anymore.
seems really
funny.
happy about it.
Okay,
I was
wait, okay,
laughing
maybe
at
we
that.
can have okay. There's a time for
Yeah.
the remix. Maybe that's super serious, but I'm thinking like
Yeah.
gameplay wise. You're in the middle of your level. You're doing like your tact. Is it like a turn-based kind of thing? What did you have in mind for that?
What?
The gameplay. Yeah.
Oh no, it would just be like a kind of like the way like Metal Gear Solid or Alan Wake plays.
Okay,
where you
so you're
controlling a character and
okay. So you're sneaking around. You're doing this, and when sometimes I think, especially in the later levels, because you said that's when the body storm comes.
Right.
I think
Maybe you have like telepathic powers too. Maybe you just can like the main storyline is like you can stop. So like the main storyline is that this doctor, this evil scientist, is going to send a body storm, right? But then
Right.
along the way, your character realizes that they have like psychic abilities.
And so I think when you're sneaking, when the body storm first comes down, it can't be during a cutscene because that's going to take all the like what is happening out of it.
No.
So I think you're just doing a level, and it's like every other level, but then just slowly in the background, the like intense spy music like fades, and you just hear like hallelujah, it's raining man, and you're like, what is happening? And then like boom, 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 boom. I think that's how we introduce it to the player.
I think
like
that it would be like one of those classic movie tropes where you rush out of a building with another scientist and you guys are talking and you're like, yeah, we've got it. We figured out the code to stop the body storm. We're gonna do this. Come on, Roger. And then right when you open the door to the car to get into, a body just falls right on the car hood, and then you're like,
now,
oh no.
Are these like alive people that are falling?
I have no idea.
Are they? Do you want it to be like?
Yep.
The scientist is like engineering superhumans, and so that's how he like delivers them, and they fall, but they're fine, and then they like get up, and that's like his army, and so he's like spreading his army around the world via storms.
That's sick.
I mean, that's pretty good.
And
that
they're like
also
everything's falling, and then like the
into-
happy music gets really like slow, and then your
then it
remix
goes to
comes
the
in,
dark,
and they stand up.
Oh yeah.
And then that's like, oh gosh, no.
And then you would be like, all right, Brandon, I'm sorry. I didn't tell you about this earlier. And then you break out your psychic abilities.
Right. Yeah, because your scientist friend's name is Brandon.
Yep.
You like discover your abilities as you move on, kind of like the game. You ever play Infamous?
I know I haven't, but I know what you're talking
no.
about.
You like start out just walking around, you can like jump and like punch things, and then you like get this electric power.
Oh.
Start how to learn how to use it.
Yeah, it's kind of like puberty. Like you're gonna wake up one morning and you're gonna reach over to turn off the alarm clock, and then the alarm clock is just gonna be like shoved off of the console, and you're like,
Smashed into
oh
the
my gosh, how did this happen? And then you start realizing that you can move things with your mind, but you're also like scared because you this is something completely new, just like puberty.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So is the game called Body Storm?
Yeah, it's called Body Storm.
Okay, that's sick. And
Body Storm.
So how easy would it get to get like the Weather Girls to sign off for this? Because presumably the soundtrack would only need to be one song, but like a lot of
are the
remixes.
Weather Girls even still alive?
Here, Mike, you should.
Hey, we can afford this after last game.
See, this was the song came out in 1983.
So, are the Weather Girls still alive, Mike?
Are the Weather Girls still alive?
Replaced?
So
the Weather Girls are still alive, but the original Weather Girls are not.
Right.
Still alive.
Okay.
Well,
we can get the new ones to help with it.
I mean, it can't be that hard. It can't be that hard for them to sign off on. I mean, what else have they done? Nothing. They've done nothing. So
I mean, I didn't even know they sang that. They sang that song.
That's my point. That's my point.
They need more press, and where better than our game?
They're in their 60s. They'd be fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything.
If anything, we can just trick them into signing off on something that they don't know what they're signing off on.
Very cool.
Yep.
And I mean, the three of us can make the remix. I mean, Zach, you basically already had the remix down.
Yeah, if one of our fans could like just rip that audio and then make it into something cool, like
just
a remix.
Loop it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be awesome. Thanks, guys. All right, Logan, what's your other
That's such a good game. Very unexpected, but I like where it turned out.
Yeah.
So my last game for today is something I put zero thought into. And it is called Don't Hate the Cosplayer, Hate the Cos Game.
Oh, I like that. That sounds
I
really
like that.
good.
That's about where it ended. Like
Yeah.
that's where my creativity ended. Obviously, it's going to have cosplayers in it.
Right.
And obviously, maybe it'll take place at like a big convention.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Right.
And it could have the bull. It could have the mechanics from Bully, where you just bully kids who cosplay.
But no, you don't hate the cosplayer though. That's like
you hate the
that's the
you hate the
reverse
whole-
of the message.
You hate the whole event.
Oh,
Maybe you're trying to take Comic-Con down from the inside.
What I was thinking. Okay, how about that? But we put a little bit of a what is the name of that? No, I'm almost there. And I've almost got it, and it's on the tip of my tongue. And it's right here, and it is not Steven Universe. Oh my gosh, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, where you got to defeat the 9 boyfriends. You have to defeat like the 9 like cosplay, like top tier cosplayers on TikTok.
This is a fighting game
on TikTok.
Yeah. So like the boss themes could obviously be TikTok songs, and you have to beat them to it.
I definitely think with this game, it needs to be something. You remember Costume Quest, where you were like the kids on Halloween and you dress up, but then when you would fight, you would turn into the version of whatever thing you were cosplaying as?
I never got that far in Costume Quest.
That's what you do in Costume Quest. Whenever you get into one fight, in the tutorial fight, you do that.
Oh, I didn't ever get that far.
So in this, I think definitely, because with you being like trying to destroy cosplay from the inside, you've got to cosplay. You got to dress up as Spider-Man. You got to dress up as Ben 10. You got to dress up as all these guys and get in there. But then in the fights, you turn into whatever thing you're cosplaying as.
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah. So what would you turn into to fight? I mean, I don't want to. I mean, I get cosplay's cool and all, but I don't want to go through the licensing battle with all these different.
Right. Oh, we're not gonna have real things in there, Zach. We are not.
Right.
We by no means are gonna put more than $20 into this.
Right. I like the idea of you turning into the thing that you've cosplayed as, though.
Right, but I think definitely we can't. Obviously, like if you wanted to cosplay, you could just like cosplay as Superman and be Superman, but that's way too easy. You can't play the game that way.
Right, yeah.
So I think you definitely have to work your cosplaying skills up. Definitely there's a progression meter of like the amount of all of your costumes have to be homemade. That's cosplay, baby. And so you gotta like cut the fabric. You gotta do all of this.
But you can get money to buy better materials.
Right, because in each thing, maybe for the first several conventions, you're like not trying to take it down. You're trying to win the costume contest.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then that's the backstory. And then you lose to a girl. You're like a dude, right? And you've worked really hard on a robot costume, and then you lose to a chick because of the way she's dressed, and all the judges are like teenage boys.
She's got her armor kini, as they call them.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, what the heck? That looks awful. I actually worked really hard on my outfit. And then that strikes, and then you strike a vengeance with all cosplayers.
You strike a vengeance, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, and I think definitely one of the ideas I had, because the 3 of us are making this game, like it is just the 3 of us, and so I think the big thing is we need our costumes of us 3 in the game. Now we have to hide them very seriously, but if you want to be Zach, Logan, and Mike, and you have all 3 of us, you have to get some cosplays. Maybe you're entering the tournament by yourself. Some, maybe you got a team. Maybe you want to be the Power Ranger. Well, not the Power Rangers because we can't afford that. But like the cool teenage crime fighting gang with cool colors. And then so everyone in your team has a different color, and you do that. And so I definitely think there's a 3-man team of you, me, and Mike. And we are the most powerful costume. I'm sorry, it's our game. We can do whatever we want. We are the 3 most powerful costumes, but you have to have all 3 of us at the same time.
I think he hated that one.
Oh man, I think he did too. I think he's just kind of hanging out. Oh, this is upsetting. What has happened here? What is happening? What is happening?
Dog, don't know what happened there.
Oh man, how are we gonna edit this one together?
Oh, I'll just cut it.
Hated it.
I'll just chop it.
Okay. You seemed very quiet about my cool idea. How much
What
of
was
it did
your
you
cool
hear?
idea? I heard none of it. What I heard was, I have a cool idea.
Okay, let me start over. Are you ready?
You had a nice
Yeah.
face about it. You're like,
Yeah, your whole look was like,
Yeah. All right, go for it.
okay, I have a cool idea. What if the three of us were in the game as like cosplay opportunities? So
Ah,
some of the tournaments you would enter by yourself. And so like you would just do a one person cosplay. But what if some of them you need a team? So you have to get like a posse together, right? So
okay,
if
yeah.
you wanted to do like the Power Rangers, well, I mean, you can't really do the Power Rangers because like we're not have that money, but
Yeah.
you could do the cool teenagers that fight crime in colorful uniforms. And then so you'd need your group of people to cosplay together. And so I think we definitely, I mean, it's our game. We can put the
Absolutely.
three of us in there, but you
Yeah.
have to have a group of three, and one
Yeah.
is Logan, one is Zach, one is Mike. And if you do that, it's like a hidden cheat code, I guess, where you just kind of win everything.
Oh yeah,
Everyone
absolutely.
loves those
Yeah.
cosplays.
I mean, we have so many fans of our show, and it's just like
Right.
an auto win.
Right, exactly.
I think
so-
that you could also recruit people. You could like find people who are also have the same like angry mindset. So there's like some fat kid named Chester, and his cars but like he lost. It was obvious why he lost, because he just had like a cardboard cutout and it just had an S on it for Superman, and he used like a bath towel for a cape, and he was like, I don't understand how I lost. I put so much time into this. And then but then you get him on your team for the group cosplay, and you have to make him his costume.
I mean, definitely.
Yeah.
I like the idea of recruiting, because I like that maybe you can use, maybe each person you can recruit throughout the story like has different skills. So maybe there's like some kid whose parents really approve of this hobby for some reason, and so they will throw money into
The rich kid.
Right, the rich kid. So you get a lot of supplies and like materials and like kind of props with this kid, but maybe his charisma is terrible. So maybe
yeah.
like you got to
Yeah.
balance. Like he sucks when he's up on stage in his cosplay outfit.
But he
man,
got the real life
looks
Iron Man
good.
suit.
Right. He stole Michael Keaton's Batman suit from the old
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah, and you just have it now. And so I definitely think this is really good. I like the idea of working your way up. So you start at just like, maybe you're at like your local card shop in like the mall for your
Yeah.
first one, and you got to work your way up to like San Diego Comic-Con as like the
Yeah.
big one but then it goes from just trying to win to accumulate money to try to take them down.
Oh yeah.
Because you hate the
cos
game.
game.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so, I mean, that's kind of all I have for it. I don't know if you guys have anything else for it.
It's
but-
pretty good. It's like an online pageant show, but you hate what you're
Right.
doing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well.
All right.
Don't want to get. You want another one? You want to one more?
That's normally how we do things.
All right. So this is the opposite of the game that I pitched previously. Game where you grow people like plants and sell them.
Oh, isn't that just?
I don't
No.
love this.
Isn't that just?
No. See, because you're not like selling them to people to make them do work or anything. You're selling them for people to just have.
I don't like this.
Like, okay, it's kind of like like a Cooking Mama, right? Or Stardew Valley, where you're like, it's like a farming simulator. But somebody comes to you and look, guys, we control the dialogue, so it's totally PC, right? So some guy's just like, man, I really wish I had grandparents, and then you grow them some grandparents.
Uh-huh.
Huh. Baby.
I say send it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
I mean, that's an idea. You had
Yeah.
one. You had an idea for a game. That's really
Come
cool.
on. It's
Yeah.
called Body Farm.
God,
It's
don't
like Body
this.
Storm, but the opposite.
You're really hitting a specific little niche here for your games today.
I feel like it
Yeah,
could
it's all
turn
I
into
can
a
come up
real problem.
Real mess,
Right.
real PR.
Do you want to change it to animals, maybe?
Grow animals like
There we go.
plants?
Or plants,
Yeah.
like plants.
We got a plant growing game.
That'd be sick.
I really wish I had a palm tree. I'll just grow one, and then you grow one. How exciting does that sound, Zach?
And they grow in real time, right?
can
So
watch
in
the
a
grass
year,
grow.
in real time, you'll have a real palm tree.
So is this
Like
just
Animal
kind of like Farming Simulator?
Yeah, except for you don't have any of the farm equipment, and you grow people.
How do you?
Now, I thought we.
How do you
I thought
plant?
we.
Oh,
How do you
how
plant
about
the
we just grandparent grower? Well, there you go. That's easy. So you grow people different kinds of grandparents.
How do you
I
plant?
mean, you can't misconstrue that in any way. You're
How do you
growing
plant and grow them?
grandparents. Like a bulb?
You got to start them. You have to start them as littles.
You get a little bulb and you put it in the ground and it grows, and then you see their hair tuft out, and then you just yank them up.
Oh,
This
they're like-
feels like a weird sequel to Body Storm, where the bad guy from that game
Years
decided to
later,
switch strategies.
after all the bodies have cleared, they have left behind body bulbs.
I
Farmers
just like
discovered that when you plant these
can't.
bulbs and nurture them like plants, they grow the perfect grandparents. These grandparents do not complain about their bones aching, and they have more than just oatmeal in their closet for you to eat.
How long does it? I don't know. Where do you go with that?
I
These
just don't
grandparents live
understand.
forever.
What's the game though?
Growing
grandparents. It's
Wait,
like a farming
they live
simulator.
forever?
What? Yeah, they live forever.
I
So
create a
you're creating
population
super
problem.
people, right?
That's what I just said. Super grandparents.
Can you make bulbs of yourself?
No. These are bulbs left behind by the body storm people.
Oh.
There's a lot of thought into this, guys. It's really actually it's a humdinger. Everybody loves like collectible monster games. What about collectible
grandparent games.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I like
That's where
this
you
vein
get
better.
it.
I like the collectible grandparents more so than growing grandparents.
They're out in the
No,
wild.
but you
like,
have to grow them to
No,
collect.
I
them.
think they're just out in the wild.
No. Maybe you have to go out into the wild and kill the super soldiers from Body Storm,
steal the
and
bulbs.
then loot
from
loot the bulbs from their bodies, and then grow the grandparents.
Gotta
Take it or leave it. That's the game.
the grandparent bulbs.
Take it or leave it.
They have them
That's
in
the
their
game right there.
canvases
I
at
can't
their
budge on this, guys. I can't budge. It's
This
really
feels like
really
another
good.
K-Mine issue where Zach's just really adamant about a specific bad game.
Okay, but no, I just don't want you to change this. We don't have to pick this one. You just can't change this one anymore.
All right.
We just can't change it. It has to be that.
So
All
you
right,
have
well, that was a game.
That was the game idea.
grow grandparents.
Yeah, you grow. Well, yeah, because you have to go out, kill the bad guys, steal their
Say-
grandparent bulbs, plant the grandparent, grow the grandparent, sell the grandparent.
No,
it's
sell the grandparent is a
All right,
problem.
that's it, guys. All right, we're gonna pick a game and we'll be right back. All right, guys, thanks once again for tuning into this episode. It's our first video podcast, and more of that to come. We'll be doing this format for the foreseeable future until we are able to get together and record again. But thank you once again for tuning in. I'm going to do a little bit of house cleaning while these guys are sitting right over here. Our theme song is Chibi by Skyleo, and it's a real banger, so you can go listen to that. We will be posting the video podcast on YouTube. On our YouTube channel, Game Sold Separately, and then we will also have audio podcasts so that you can find those wherever you find them normally. We're going to try to get back on a normal recording schedule now that we figured all this out. So if you want to submit your game ideas to us, go ahead. You can do that. All of our forms of social media are linked in the description of whatever listening platform you're listening on right now. Follow any one of those links, and you can find us on all social media. Just submit your game ideas if you have them. They can be goofy, they can be bad, they can be serious, and if we like them enough, we'll get them an episode. So thank you once again for listening. Hope everybody is staying safe, staying healthy, staying 6 feet apart, and we will catch you in the next one. See you later.
Welcome back to Game Sold Separately. After a very long time of deliberation, we have settled on whatever the heck Mike thinks Poptropica
is.
Right, that's our game. Mike did a phenomenal job recreating to the T what Poptropica is. And so without knowing what it was.
It's like Fallout 4 or Fallout. It's just like Fallout, right? Where there's different factions and the currency is soda related, except for in this game, the factions are soda related and the currency is soda related.
Yeah, it's a soda world.
It's kind of like Fallout, but it's Poptropica.
Wait, isn't Fallout's currency bottle caps?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, cool.
It is.
So Fallout, but we lean in a little bit more to the soda
it's
aspect.
really heavy about soda, right?
It's almost like an ad.
It's an ad for Dr. Pepper, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or I
Okay,
thought it was
so
big. No, so big soda is what we hate.
yeah,
They're
we hate
paying
Big
us.
Soda. Wait, Big Soda's paying us? Is this a slam piece on Dr. Pepper?
No,
Are all
I'm
the
taking
soda
back
companies
now.
coming
Mike,
together?
what do you
except
think this
Dr.
game's about?
Poptropica, the
Yeah.
game where Big Soda pays you big money
Yeah.
to mix all the sodas into Dr. Pepper.
Okay. Okay.
So we're
I
trying
like
to
that.
Soda.
dilute Dr. Pepper?
Yeah,
What
we're
is our
trying to
relationship
create-
with Dr. Pepper?
It doesn't
Dr.
exist
Pepper is,
yet. We're creating
Oh,
it.
okay. So it's an origin story. What are
it
the
can well, it can be.
okay?
That's
If you
one of
choose
the
that
storylines,
path, okay.
right? But there's other storylines as well.
Okay, let's flesh those out. There's definitely the canon storyline is the creation of Dr. Pepper. That
Yeah.
has to go without saying.
Right.
We combine all the soda flavors. What's Dr. Pepper's thing? Like how many flavors is their thing?
23.
23. Okay. So the 23 different flavors, that's how we make them. We combine all of it and at the end it's like, that's Dr. Pepper. I'll call it that.
Right.
But that's the canon ending. Now
No,
we have
gosh, okay, wait.
what?
We could call it MD Pepper. And everyone's like,
Pepper
oh,
MD.
MD. That's funny. It's like, no, MD stands for mixed drinks.
This is so good. Why has Dr. Pepper not thought about making a
Right.
video game about their product yet?
Right.
This is perfect.
So the bad guy, no, he's not a bad guy, but the main guy who's trying to get you to do stuff, he's like, we have to create Peppa MD. And then that's the storyline. But then everybody else is like, there's other ones like Sprite's like, oh no, we all want to have our own rights and we all want to do, we don't want to be all mixed together.
And then I definitely think there have to be so like the canon storyline is a really nice storyline. Like you combine all these sodas and it's a cool message.
But
It's
kind of like capitalism. And no, not capitalism. What is it? Where you're just taking everybody's rights away and then you're putting everybody on an even. Yeah, kind of like socialism. It's socialism. It's soda socialism.
And then I think you definitely have the different factions. Like we can't say it's Coca-Cola, but it's very clearly Coca-Cola. And they're trying to introduce their drink that is like hyper addictive because it has like cocaine in it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know where I got that from, but it's just kind of off the dome.
This is so crazy, dude.
Right. And then so they're like kind of the world domination route. So instead of like bringing everybody together with Pepper MD, there's like the cola cocaine what do we want that to be? Because we don't want it to be Coca-Cola.
Cocaine cola.
Cocaine cola. All right, that's fine. And so they can just be very upfront about their business practices.
Like, we want to dominate the world. We want to have everybody under our crazy mind controlled cocaine reign.
Yeah, so that is the route you can go if you want to do like world domination. So everybody's cocaine cola.
In total anarchy, you go with the root beer gang.
Root beer gang, I definitely think is like biker gang.
Everybody for themselves.
Right.
We don't abide by any rules.
Except that we all love root beer.
Yeah.
That's number one rule.
And to get be initiated, you either have to win a fist fight against a grizzly bear, or you have to have enough stamina points so that you can complete a root beer cake stand.
Right. Yes. Because they love root beer related tricks.
And they love bear fights.
They love it. They love it. So I definitely think so there's three. There's like the complete anarchy, just like you take over and every man for himself, root beer gang. And then there's the world domination cocaine cola, where everybody's addicted and has to keep sending you their Poptropicas to get more cocaine cola. And then there's the diplomat route, kind of, where you're bringing everybody together and creating Pepper MD. There needs to be some sort of what's like a pacifist route, like Sprite. Okay, and like
it's like we're just a bunch of farmers down here, farming on Sprite plants.
Now, can I hijack Sprite and change that to Mountain Dew? And they like
a bunch of farmers down here keeping our Mountain Dew, and we're getting farmers tans, and we're in the sun. And sure, you can take our bottle caps. We don't need them.
But now you said bottle caps.
Oh, by the Poptropica.
You clearly mean Poptropicas. This is not Fallout.
Poptropicas. I mean, why not?
You gotta figure a way to put in diets or zeros.
Yes.
So somebody is coming in and swooping all the flavors, taking all the sugar out of it, making them better.
They've got to be like some sort of underground secret gang. They've got to be like the
Raiders-
spies, kind of
Raiders and
espionage.
Fallout.
Do what?
You know the Raiders and Fallout? There's
Yes.
a similar faction where they just take they're like the sugar rushers.
That's so good. Oh my gosh.
It's like, oh yes, Pepsi used to be a thriving metropolis, but all their sugar was taken, and now they're Pepsi Zero.
Okay,
They
so
tried to call themselves Pepsi Max, but nobody.
oh man, this game's going to be very so. You got to really know your soda history in order to really appreciate Poptropica. And so, okay, so we've got these different factions, and we were talking about making this somewhat of a kids-ish game.
So here we go. You know how G Fuel sponsors everybody?
Yes.
Face of the Earth that's a gamer, right?
Except us.
Weirdly enough, sponsor us because an alternative route is instead of mixing all the sodas, you take all the sodas away and replace them with zero sugar G Fuel.
Maybe they're the sugar rushers, because I think the sugar rushers are definitely like trying to overthrow Big Soda.
Oh, no, I feel like sugar rushers should be just like hooked on sugar, right? They should be like dangerous, and so like because there's no like storyline in Fallout where you are like joining the Raiders, right?
Okay.
They're just crazy, like cracked out of their mind. Like,
and anyone that drinks diet soda is crazy and cracked out of their mind.
Right.
So,
well, no. Yes. Yes. But people who nobody drinks diet soda, and that's why those farms or those civilizations they're not prospering
because nobody cares.
Because nobody cares about them anymore.
Right. And so
we don't care how many times you call yourself Pepsi Max. Max about it.
Okay, we were talking about like the combat system and how it's like water guns kind of, but filled with the soda of choice.
Yeah.
And so is it just going to be like classic Fallout where we just pretty much take everything from Fallout, like VATS and everything, and just kind of put it in this game, and you just kind of spray people with your soda and they get all kind of disgusting so they go home?
I like that. Maybe instead of sticky, you fill the guns with diet soda, right? And
okay, because you're not drinking it.
And they're like, oh, no, I'm depressed because I'm covered in diet soda. And then they just give you their Poptropica.
Except when you fight the sugar rushers and you have to switch to regular ammo, so to speak.
Well, maybe it's like super effective on sugar rushers because they're like,
right. Okay.
They were super anti. Wow.
Okay, so it's super effective.
But like diet soda doesn't work on like the civilizations that have had their sugar taken away because they're all just like living off of whatever the heck that stuff is.
Right.
So you shoot them with it, and they're like, we have a natural resistance to.
Are we gonna have some sort of like hipster? Not like a thing you can join, but like these characters they keep coming up and they're like rogue, but they're just all in on water and everyone hates them. Literally everyone hates the heck out of him. They're like, get out of here, water gang.
They're not even G. They don't even have a LaCroix gang. Like, yeah, I mean,
LaCroix gang. There's like the water gang, and they're just like almost regular people who have no sense for this, and they actually have like day jobs in this weird like society. Yeah. But then there's like the sparkling water gang, and they're like highfalutin society, and they look down on everybody else, but everyone doesn't care. And so
water is just like, this is a personal choice. We're just doing this to be healthier. But like LaCroix and like the seltzer water, they're all like, well, it's not a choice. I could drink soda, but I choose to drink the carbonated water.
And I think there's definitely a mission where you got to get all of the different factions. You got to get the sugar rushers. You got to get the Mountain Dew farmers and the cocaine colas and the pepper MDs to all come together. And you can only do this like if your charisma is really high. Right. And you got to get them all to come together. Maybe it's DLC. Maybe it's post-game DLC. And you got to get them all to come together and fight against the sparkling water society.
Maybe
something like that.
Maybe the sparkling water people are like a cult.
Yes. Great. And they're a cult because they all like, sparkling water, and they all talk like this.
Yeah, they use like the prestige tactic where they're like, over here we have it a lot better than you do. So I bet you wish you were over here right now. And you can be if you join us. and leave behind your ways of Coke. And a lot of people from like the Diet Coke societies will obviously just go right over there because they're like, well, we have nothing to lose.
Right. We're drinking Diet Coke. We might as well be drinking something
There's
a little
nothing-
better.
there's
And
nothing
so
more.
they go over so easily. But the people really hopped up on cocaine Coke. They're like, they take way more convincing. They're like, this is mine. What are you talking about? And then they get in a war.
They get that's good, yeah.
Man, I love this. Do we want to just keep it Poptropica, or do we want like Poptropica colon something else, or Poptropica 2, or like what do we want to do for this?
What is it? Whatever the heck. Whatever
the heck Mike thinks Poptropica is.
we could do with Mike Poptropica.
With Mike Poptropica?
Whatever. No, shoot. I made whatever 2 words. Dang it. Forget it.
We
Dumb
can just call it Mike's
name.
Poptropica.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Mike-
So MIKE apostrophe S Poptropica.
I like that. Yeah.
I think this is a hit. I would play the heck out of this
Great.
game.
And you know what? We can just use all the assets from Fallout.
Right. And just change some of the colors and maybe import JPEGs of like Mountain Dew and stuff on people's shirts. And I think it would work.
Absolutely. Yeah. Give them different lines of dialogue and then reskin all of the guns to be blasters, aqua blasters.
Right. We
Water
have
gun.
to. So good. We could soda
Yeah.
streamers or something. We could figure that one out.
Soda streamers, dude. Oh my gosh. And you can say like soda sniper.
Yes, soda snipers. Everything has like soda in front of it, except for
Soda
like
blaster.
right. But
Soda,
the LaCroix people,
AK-47.
the like highfalutin people, they have to change the names of everything because
Oh,
they
yeah.
got it's like sparkling water streamer.
Uh,
You're like, get the heck out of here, guys.
Weird
We don't
young
care. You
people.
drink
oh,
LaCroix.
do you want a LaCroix gun? No, we don't. We don't want a LaCroix gun. Do not
Nobody
want
wants a LaCroix gun.
You want my seltzer sniper? Absolutely not. We don't. Please leave us alone.
Leave us alone.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait.
think we did
one
it.
second. 1 second. Mike,
Mike, are you on Poptropica?
what are you
What the
doing?
heck, Mike?
What are you doing? What is okay? Well, Mike's illusion of what Poptropica could have been has now been broken, but we're still going to make this game. So
Mike's
thank you once
Poptropica.
again for tuning in and listen to us make Mike's Poptropica. Again, Zavient, expect a lawsuit to be delivered to you, hand delivered to you within the next few days, because we really don't think it was cool that you stole our game idea for the 4th time that you're relaunching a failure. So with all that being said, catch you guys in the next one. Thanks again for chilling with us.
See you guys.